Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I have truly missed you. I have been busy. My daughter had a baby late last week, and oh my goodness, it's just been such a delight having a baby around. But anyway, mom and baby are doing great, and the baby is named Rose, and she's a Gemini. So I'm so excited about that too. So anyway, today we are going to be taking a look at your mid-June reading. So this is good really from now until mid-July. We have the new moon in Gemini coming up this weekend, and then we also have the summer solstice coming up very shortly next week. So there's a lot kind of like in the astrology. So we'll take a look to see how that might be playing out for you. So we'll start with the overall energy using the oracle decks, and then we'll go to the tarot to get some more details about any areas of resistance or obstacles on your path, and then also advice from spirit. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I really do appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see what your overall energy is. Cow Spirit, the miracles are endless. Ooh, I love that card. And Voyage of the Heart, love always flows, love flows through you and to you. Oh my goodness. Okay, now Gemini, I feel like there's a miracle coming in your relationship sector, and it doesn't have to be romance. I feel as if it's almost as if something that has, a relationship that, it could be family, it could be friend, it could be a co-worker, it could be romantic, but there's this sense that there's a miracle on the horizon, something that you're not expecting that is going to help this situation. And it's because there's a sense of you have held this loving version of the relationship in your heart. Okay, so not that everything went well in the relationship, obviously, but there's kind of like this, you have chosen to kind of focus on the good in a situation instead of focusing on the disappointment, the conflict, okay? You have kind of been able to see this in a different perspective than perhaps, yeah, it's, whatever this is, I feel like this situation is fragmenting your energy at this time. If you're having a hard time kind of like settling down, having clarity about where your life is headed or something like that, it's kind of like you just feel kind of fogged in. That's the energy, kind of just fogged in. The reason is because this situation, and I feel like this has happened a while ago, it's not like super recent, right? But there's something that this relationship has kind of like fragmented your energy, and your ascended masters are coming in to help. And I'm not saying that you're necessarily reconciling with this person, but it's almost as if I feel like your ancestors, your loved ones, the universe is coming in to help you to release this energy, perhaps right here at the summer solstice or with the new moon in Gemini, just kind of like, okay, I'm closing out this energy, Yeah, I feel some of you may be hearing from this person. Yeah, there's this energy of wanting to heal this connection, of seeing the sun, the joy, the abundance that this connection had for you at one time. I feel like it doesn't now, right? It was a relationship that did have a lot of love and joy and just happiness to it. It had that. And then something went awry. And when it went awry, it went off the rails, and it probably went off the rails very quickly. You may not even understand exactly why. I think it kind of left you confused, and yet at the same time, you have intuitively known or intuitively sending love to this person, even though you may know that you may have said, yes, that person has done me wrong, they've betrayed me, whatever it is. I'm not tolerating that in my life, right? I'm loving myself enough to say, I'm not allowing this person in my life. That is part of the reason this is healing, is because you have allowed yourself to forgive this person. I think through the forgiveness that you have been able to give in this situation, okay? Forgiving the other person, not condoning what they've done, but forgiving them. And then doing your own healing. It has somehow miraculously tried to kind of truly heal or close this situation out, or to perhaps, for some of you, hearing from this person, having contact, wanting this person wanting to reconnect or to heal the situation. Even if it's not like, if it's romantic, you may not be like, no, I'm not interested in getting back together with that person, but it's just healing it. It's a sense of closing it out in a very wonderful way. I really do feel like that. You have prosperity lies ahead, great achievement, and then the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you've been kind of working on your career, working on you, trying to build what it is that you are wanting to build for yourself. Kind of like stepping into this energy of, yes, there's something. I think this person, whoever this is, or this situation, it could be like a work situation or something. I think they took advantage of you. There's almost this energy here that they took advantage of you, and it's just been like this hard road of kind of forgiving what has happened in the past with this person or this situation, and focusing on you, putting kind of almost like putting your life, your ducks in a row, right? It's kind of like, okay, I have to refocus my energy. And you may even feel a little bit like you're the page, you're starting over. This energy of, the pentacles is our sense of worth. It's also our money. It's our work. It's the tangible things that we have. And I feel like you're starting out on this new path. But the thing is that you have higher hopes for yourself. And if you've been working on this for some time, like this is a business that you've started, or a new hobby, or, just kind of like your life in general, trying to get your life in general to be kind of like the phoenix rising. You're trying to rise up from a past situation that was difficult. And you're feeling like, yeah, I've been working so hard, and yet I'm still a page. When am I going to become a queen or a king, right? The reason is that you haven't had like all of your energy. You've been distracted, with this fragmented energy. This situation, this could be somebody that comes in and out of your life, or just the energy of this past situation can come in and out of your life. And every time it does, it's like you get like on a roll and get things going. And then all of a sudden something happens, right? And it knocks you back down. And you're just kind of like, my goodness, I'm never going to get all of my ducks in a row, because every time I move from maybe a page to a knight, then something happens. This person comes back, or some other situation, the energy of this comes back, and it just breaks me down again. Yeah, because you have the Queen of Swords. Seeing what it is that you are trying to defend. I think you're almost like defending. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. It's like you're trying to defend this new start in your life. And yet at the same time, this past energy is holding you back. And Gemini, I can feel your frustration. You're just frustrated. Because I feel like you're like, I've healed that, I've worked on that, I've done my inner child work, I'm just, why do I have to kind of constantly feel like I'm starting over again? Yeah, that's a difficult energy to be in, because I feel like your sights, you're looking towards the future. You're not looking towards the back. past, right? It's almost as if the past is like knocking on your door, because I feel like there's something that is coming up. Now, the new moon in Gemini is actually in your first house of identity, of self. And I feel like maybe with this new moon in Gemini, it's on the 18th and 19th of this month. So it's in, like 4 days. We're in the shadow of that. I feel like this new moon in Gemini is really bringing something up to the forefront. It's kind of like, I feel like you're really getting kind of stern with yourself. Kind of like, no, this is it. I'm not allowing anything to distract me. I've got to get my life started. I've got to get this business up. I've got to get this project done. I have to, it's almost like you're kind of caught up in your head thinking that there's a whole long list of shoulds. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And then something comes in and kind of derails you. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle. Yeah, victim mentality, the Six of Cups. Yeah. This past, this thing from the past. Balance spirituality and practicality. Yeah. I feel like the situation from the past, it's kind of, it will not go away. It's a thorn in your side. It's something that, it's something that I feel as if it's either a person or a situation that is always going to be in your life. And yet at the same time, you want to distance yourself from them. So maybe it's a coworker, right? And the only way you can completely remove yourself from this person, right, is to quit your job and go work somewhere else, right? Or this could be, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a family member or something like that. Or, like if you're divorced and it's kind of like you're co-parenting. It's kind of like you cannot completely disconnect yourself from this situation. And it's difficult because energetically you want to go in a different direction. Because I think you didn't get what you wanted out of this person. I think this person may have come in with something small, right? That's all they had to offer. And you had bigger expectations for this relationship or this situation. Yeah, the Lovers on the bottom. Your energy is here. So let's see. Let's get some advice here. Yeah, there's something, a windfall. Okay, Gemini, I think that the universe is trying to come in and really bring in a miracle, okay, of some sort. Now, the problem is that you are so almost like set. The Queen of Swords, she has her sword up there, and anything that gets in the way, right? You're ready to cut it out. But you're in that energy, your air energy in your head. It's almost like you are in your head, right? To the point where what's happening is that you're not allowing this windfall, this miracle to come in for you. Because it's almost like you may have, whether you realize it or not, kind of put your spiritual practices to the side. You haven't meditated or journaled, gone for a walk in nature. You're so busy trying to get something started, trying to build this new life of yours, right? Something that's frustrating you because you can't get it started. You can't get it where you want it to go. But the thing is that the universe is really trying to help you. I feel like you're not believing that the universe is really trying to help you. It's time to balance out your spirituality and practicality. It's not about sitting on the couch, right? Gemini, you're not one to sit on the couch. So it's not about sitting on the couch waiting for the universe to bring this in. It's just almost like you're working too hard. It's time to allow the universe to give you a little help here. Because you are the Wheel of Fortune, something faded. The Six of Pentacles is a sense of putting balance back into your life by some type of a windfall, some type of miracle. right? Whether this is financial or getting some communication from somebody from the past that can allow you to step out of this fragmented energy and to really kind of step into this energy of moving forward in this very loving way. But here's the thing, you're the Knight of Swords. It's kind of like, no, I'm putting my back to the universe and I am going to do it on my own. It's okay. You may feel like a lot of people have left your life. You may feel at this time like there's nobody on your side. And you may even be feeling like your guides, your angels, the universe is not on your side. And you're kind of in this energy. That's okay. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to do it completely on my own. That's okay. But what you're being asked to do here is to allow the universe to come help you. To ask the universe, perhaps for some guidance or for some energy. You know, sometimes I just say to my spirit guides and angels, please just give me the energy so that I can do what I want to do, right? But I feel as if you're kind of like in this energy. I feel like somebody or a group of people, perhaps family members or something, you feel, or, you know, your coworkers, you feel almost as if nobody is on your side. And you're kind of like, okay, then that's fine. I'm going my own way. I'm doing my own thing. But your spirit guides and angels are working behind the scenes to bring this situation into balance. It's allowing them the grace to work behind the scenes. It's almost like you're running away from the miracle. Yeah, don't run away from the miracle. All right, so let's take a look at what your advice is. A new romantic cycle begins and dark thoughts. You know, the romantic cycle, it can be a romantic, you know, relationship, but it's really about stepping back into your heart space instead of being up in your logical space, right? In your head. It's about stepping into this energy of what is it that you really and truly want, Gemini, because I think you're almost just like, it's almost as if there's this sense that you feel like everybody else has moved on, has built this life for themselves, and you're left behind. So you're just like, okay, I'm just going out there. I'm just going to see what can I get to work. But it's about stepping back into your heart space, right? And not allowing your fears to overcome what it is that you really and truly want. It is about stepping back into your intuitive energy, right? And asking yourself, what is it that you really and truly want? Because when you do that, when you go within, you're going to find that answer. I'm really sending you some extra love and hugs, Gemini, because there is this energy where you just feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your own shoulders. And, you know, you just feel as if there's no one to help. And yet at the same time, I think when you logically think about it, you know that there are people around you that are willing to help. But it's this sense of I think part of it is maybe not wanting to ask for help. The other part is just kind of like, why do I have to work so hard? Why is this journey so hard for me at this time? Yeah. You have the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Magician. You're trying to manifest something here. You're trying to manifest something in the tangible. And yet at the same time, I'm going to say that the intangible is the reason that you can't have this, that you're so frustrated. It's like you're focused on the tangible. You're focused on this, right? But the truth is that you've focused on the tangible, the visible to you so much that you turned off your intuition. And because you turned off your intuition, you're not seeing clearly the way that is right for you, because you're logically looking at it. If you have like a long list of to-dos, right? Or shoulds, or I must have, I must do, right? It's kind of like, I think you're exhausted. Look at this. The Lovers is on the bottom again. Understanding that you're fragmenting your energy. Because I feel like there's something from the past that you really, wow. I think for some of you, it is a past love. It's definitely a true soulmate. Somebody that at one time brought you a lot of love in your life, a lot of happiness and joy. And I almost feel like you're grieving the fact, once again, like this energy is coming up. It's very emotional because it's about having the courage to take a look at the situation and understand. I think it's about understanding just how important that was to you. I think you've brushed it under the rug. And, you know, whatever this is, it feels kind of like family, romantic, you know, soul tribe-y type of energy. And it really brought you a lot of joy and happiness in the past. And you're trying to move forward. You're trying to move forward because I think that whatever this situation is, it's kind of fallen apart. And part of you wants to fix it because that's your Gemini energy. I can fix this. And the other part of you is it can't be fixed, right? But it is about recognizing, you know, that there is a lot of love in this situation. And what you're trying to do is just create almost a little bit, create a facade that makes it feel as if you're truly happy without this situation any longer in your life. And yet at the same time, you know that that isn't completely true. And I'm not saying that you really want to return to this person or this situation. I think whatever happened, it was very painful for you. But at the same time, it's kind of like you wish you could turn the hands of the time back, right? Just kind of like, I wish I could go back. Maybe you're wishing you could do something different. Not that you did anything wrong, but it's kind of like, oh, now I see it. Okay, now the message I'm getting is that looking at it going forward, if there's something that you wish you could have done differently back then, you know, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ago, if you could have done something different, if you had the wisdom that you have now, and you could go back in time, okay, to stop and think for a minute, okay, now I have that wisdom. How can I apply it to my new situation? Because I feel as if that is part of the key, is recognizing that there's some pattern that's coming back up that maybe you have been able to move forward from or brush under the rug, get away from. That pattern is coming up again and it's breaking your heart all over again. I feel like it's just, yeah, I feel as if you just can't get into your heart space. You're just having a hard time getting into your heart space. You're just discontented with life. And the reason is because you're in your head. Please take time every day to meditate. Go for a walk in nature. You know, have fun. Go out and have some fun. We have joyous fun here, right? Go out and have some fun. Because Gemini, I think you're almost like, it's almost like an energy of being burnt out. And when we get tired and when we get burnt out, and I know I've been up during the night with a newborn, right? It's kind of like when you're exhausted, you can't even see the situation for what it is. I think you have a lot here that you have already accomplished, and yet at the same time, right? You have a lot that you've already accomplished. You don't see it that way. You just feel like you're taking one step forward, two steps back. I think you've actually made more progress than you think you have. It's about taking a look at the situation and saying, you know what? I've been working really hard here. I'm going to go take a break. I'm going to go have some fun. Yeah. Am I communicating my needs? I think you're not. I think You aren't, and I think somebody else isn't. I think there's needs, feelings, emotions that maybe you need to communicate to yourself and to someone else, you know. So let's see, your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? Yeah, I feel like you don't feel like you're in a safe enough spot in this new situation, right? You're starting something new here, but you don't feel you're trying to build something new. I think you've been actually trying to build something new for a while, and it's just not taking off the way that you want it to, not taking off as fast as you want it to. But I think part of that is because you're trying to run away from something here. It's time to face it head on. Just say, okay, you know, Go have a talk with yourself. You know, I mean, I do that. I go and talk to my spirit guides and angels, and it's kind of like, yeah, you're talking to yourself. But it is this energy of recognizing, okay, I'm sad about this. I'm going to allow myself to just sit and vent to yourself, or I'm not saying you're going to have a pity party, right? But it is about recognizing these emotions that need to come up to be released. You know, maybe going and talking to a good friend or a counselor or something and saying, yes, I want to get these feelings out. And then if there are people that you need to also communicate that to, people in your family, in your soul tribe, at work, communicating how you feel and what it is that you need. I think for some of you, you are going to have an opportunity to have that discussion with somebody over the course of the next 4 or 5 weeks. I feel like somebody is coming in, you know, destiny is taking place here. It could be that you've wanted to have this conversation for some time with someone, right? And haven't had the opportunity. Well, the opportunity is coming in, because I think your spirit guides and angels know this needs to be, this, whatever this is, you need to say your piece. You need to have that closure. You need to be able to move on. This is for those of you that just haven't gotten closure in a certain situation. You're not really sure what happened, right? And it's kind of like, okay, you know, I think for some of you, it's saying that the words of, I deserve closure. I deserve to know the truth of what happened here, right? Wow, really powerful, Gemini. Very powerful. And Gemini, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And I do wish you so much love and light in this situation, all your situations. And I will see you this weekend for your new moon in Gemini reading. Okay, so take care. It's so good to see you again. Thank you again for all of your support. Bye for now.